Hey, what's up, Divine Ones? It's Latoya Okia. Y'all come on in. So I'm in traffic right now running errands, but real quick, I wanted to pop on and say this because I just thought about this in my mind, and I just wanted to come on here and say this to parents, because this is something that I had to learn, and this is something that I had to grow into, and this was a part of my transformation. Don't let people put labels on your kids. Don't let people put labels on your kids. I'm looking at the GPS directions on my phone too to get to where I'm going, so my attention being divided. But don't let people put labels on your kids. Don't let people put a cap on your child, tell you what your child is capable of, tell you what your child can do and what they can't do. Diagnose your child with this, diagnose your child with that. Because I did that for a long time, and I lived inside of a little bitty box that the world told me that this is the little bitty box that you're supposed to live in, and this is what they're capable of, this is what they do, and this is all that they're ever gonna do. Don't let people put labels on your kids. They told me stuff about my youngest son, Kari. He was diagnosed with some things. They told me stuff about my oldest son, TJ. He was diagnosed with some things. And I'm talking about, they had gave me a whole list of stuff with my oldest son, with TJ. And they had gave me a whole list of stuff with my youngest son, Kari. And then they had even tried to give me some type of diagnosis with my daughter as it relates to like academically and stuff, like what type of reader she is and this, that, and the third. And I'm gonna tell y'all, now I know that this is not everybody's portion to do this, to homeschool their children, but everybody is responsible for how their child learns, and and knowing what your child is learning, and being involved in your child's life as far as learning. You can't just put our child's education, the responsibility of our child's education onto, y'all excuse me, this person in front of me. What are you doing? Lord help them. They swerving all over the road. I told y'all please excuse because my attention being divided. I'm trying to get to my appointment on time. It's school traffic hours, so buses everywhere, stop signs everywhere, traffic lights everywhere, so it's a lot going on. But I probably have to redo this because it's a lot going on. But long story short, don't let people put labels on your children, because these last 2 years that I've been homeschooling my children, the freedom that I have been able to have with my children, the flexibility that I have been able to have with them. So the freedom, the flexibility, now it has its cons, just like anything else has pros and cons. It has its cons. Of course, I've seen my grocery bill go up because they home more, so they eat more. Of course, I've seen, my utility bill go up because they home more and they using more electricity during the day. Trash has increased because they home more and they just using everything more, just doing everything more. But what I'm saying to y'all is that the good definitely outweighs the bad. And even if you don't become that parent that homeschools your child, because I understand that is not for everybody, at least take it upon yourself to start being more serious about your child's education. And that's why I love my divine one, Miss Melanie Simon. Shout out to her, Miss Melanie Simon, and Smart Me Educational Products. I shared her information here on my YouTube channel. Just scroll through the community page on my YouTube channel. You're going to see it, because I love what she is doing. I love what God is doing with her in the kingdom, and her beautiful daughter, Malia. That's my baby. I love me some Malia. And Miss Melanie Simon, Smart Me Educational Products, because what God is doing with her is she's advocating for parents to start developing a lifestyle of learning at home with their kids, because so many parents send their kids to school and it's like, oh, well, they got it, they gonna teach them, but you can't put your child's future into the hands of a teacher, into the hands of the administrators, into the hands of, because they don't, them children, they run them children through there like they own an assembly line. All they be caring about is they test scores and they funding. You have to become serious about that. You have to take it upon yourself to make sure your child is reading on the level that they're supposed to be reading on. You have to take it upon yourself to make sure that your child, that they not putting their limitations, that they not putting their diagnoses, that they not putting all this stuff on your child. Because I lived like that for a long time in bondage. That's part of the bondage. That's part of being in Egypt. That's part of the captivity. Is letting these people put these diagnoses and stuff on our kids and putting all these terms and all of this stuff. And then with the grading system, the grading scale and stuff, I said, you know what? No. I don't trust man to tell my child or to tell me or tell anybody that they smart or they not smart because of this particular grade. I don't trust it, because maybe my child wasn't having a good day that day. Maybe my child had a headache. Maybe my child had something going on. Maybe my child was dealing with some other stuff. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, I don't trust people. I don't trust man to put a label on my child, whether it's a grade, whether it's a diagnosis, whether it's a term or whatever they want to use. I don't trust people. I don't trust this world. I don't trust the public school system. I don't trust none of this stuff to put a label on my child. I don't even trust the A+. The A+ on there might not have been a real A+. And the F on their report card might have not have been a real F. Maybe that's just not my child's specialty. Maybe that's just not what God called my child to do. And so, for my own reasons, I pulled them out and I said, I take that responsibility for their education. I take the full responsibility. You know what? I trust myself. I know myself better than I would trust some of these other systems in the world. And so I pulled them out. But I want to say that to y'all, that even though that's not for everybody, what is for every parent is you developing a lifestyle of learning for your child at home. And don't be telling your child that they say you got this and you got that, so you can't do this and you can't. Don't put no labels on your child. Don't put no labels on your child. I ain't never had that conversation with Kari. Kari is about to be 9 years old. I have never told Kari what they say he got. I ain't never said that to my child, and I never will. Don't let them put labels on your kids. Okay, I got to get off real quick, y'all, because I'm about to be late, and I got to make sure I know where I'm going, and I ain't seen nothing else on my phone from a GPS. But we're going to carry on this conversation, y'all. We're going to carry on this conversation. I love y'all so much. I'll check back in with y'all in a minute.